2024 Zoning Board of Appeals, or October 8th, I'm sorry, things as of 2024 meeting to order. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Can I have a roll call, please, B?
Here. Here. Here.
Here. Okay. Acceptance of the minutes from September 24th, 2024. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll move it.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
All against? Carries. Thank you. So let's move right on to adjourn public hearing. Appeal number 24-7828, area variance, Porco variance, Stanley Porco and Carlo Porco, seeking an area variance sections 240-21F3 and 240-21F2 of district regulations in an R20 zoning district, where no fencing or columns are to be over 4 feet in height in the front yard. The applicant is proposing a wall of 7 feet in height and a fencing at 6 feet in height for the installation of a metal gate and columns at the end of a driveway, thus requesting a variance of 3 feet. Where only 4 feet of height for fencing in the front yard is permitted, the applicant is proposing 6 feet in height of fencing for the installation of a security fence, thus requesting a variance of 2 feet. The properties are located as follows: 84 New Hackensack Road, tax grid number 615802730610, Stanley Porco, 6.44 acres. 86 New Hackensack Road, tax grid number 615802733579, Carlo Porco, 2.57 acres, in the town of Wappingers. Good evening. Your name, sir, and address.
Stanley Porco.
Okay, Stanley, how are you tonight?
Speak into the microphone, please. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
You want to give us your name again one more time to get it on record?
Excuse me,
Get your,
my name?
give us your name one more time.
Stanley Porco.
Can you please tell us what you're looking for, Mr. Porco?
I'm sorry,
What kind of a variance would you like, Mr. Porco?
just to build that wall that is supposed to be a 4 foot, and I'm requesting on one part of the wall, it will be 7 foot.
Mr. Porco, I'm sorry, I have to open public meeting first for you, okay? So,
We had
can I have a
that.
motion to open public meeting, please?
It's an adjourn, we have to do it.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And against? So it carries. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Done?
You can tell us what you would like to do.
Just for the public, describe what you're hearing. For the public, describe what you're looking to do with the fence and the
We're
wall.
building we would like to put up a security gate. It's open, it's right on Hackensack Road, everything is open. So try to get some privacy. We try to build put this gate over there with a wall that is in between the two gates, the two driveways.
Okay.
So we had this elevation that came yesterday, right? So this is the.
Yes,
Okay. So there would be a metal gate also, correct?
Yes, a wrought iron gate.
And you're showing the columns at 7'10"?
7'10", right.
The metal gate would be below that or slightly higher?
The gate is 6 foot tall.
So the gate's a little bit below that
Yeah,
column
6
height?
foot, yeah.
Okay. And then it tapers to 4 feet at the sides?
That's correct.
And there's no other additional 6-foot continuation beyond that 4 feet?
No.
Okay. Do you know the distance it's being set back from?
35 feet from the edge of the blacktop, we were told.
So from the street to the gate is 35 feet?
35 feet, yes.
That's the original size. It didn't get moved back.
No. That's what it,
Yeah, in the last meeting, I think we had some concern that with 35 feet, if you had, more than one car, you'd be potentially backing up into the street, like if you have 2 people following. I mean, I don't know if it's a stopping point for approval, but, you know, I think,
We were told from this board, the last meeting, at 35 feet, we had to stay 35 feet from the edge of the blacktop. And in fact, the one driveway, it's more than that. The one on 84, it's more than that, about 42 feet from the edge of the the blacktop. My driveway is 36, it's 36, 37.
yeah, but Barbara, the property line from the blacktop, do we know what that is?
I think we
I'm
have,
I'm looking at the survey, and I don't see it. It looks like maybe,
it's very close on that
looks
side.
close, looks like maybe 5 feet?
Right. So the code is that for fences, they have to be on the property. There is no setback unless you put one in.
So again, the only concern we had was that if you have a gate that's 35 feet off, for example, and someone's pulled in and a truck or an Amazon truck or someone's behind them, you know, we don't want cars blocking the road if the gate is shut.
We were told 35 feet.
I mean, 35 feet is,
Mr. Porco, will the
Tightly
gate be
two
able to be
cars.
open and left open?
The gate?
Yes.
Most of the times, yes.
I mean, if-
Probably at night, we might close it, but
I mean, just say that you were going to have family coming over, 5 or 6 cars or 8 cars or something like that. Would the gate be able to open and stay open?
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
yeah, I mean, again, like, I have no issue with the height. I wish it was set back more. You know, I think there is a concern. It's a blind corner. You know, I think there's a chance when it's that close to the road that you could have cars backed up. You have a long driveway. It seems feasible to set back further. I think at the first meeting, someone had said 50 feet as a possible distance. Would you be willing to move it back further?
Listen, if I have to, I have to, but since we were told 35 feet, again, one of them, 84 is more than 35 feet. 86 is probably 35, 37 feet.
Yeah. Now, on the next door property, there's a property next door to yours going towards the village of Wappingers, and there's a gate and a wall there already. I don't know if that's your relative or someone that you know. They have,
Coming toward this way?
yes,
Same side.
yes.
Yeah, that's my relative, yes.
Okay, so what I want to say, Dave, I don't know, might have said this before, but I drove by there one day and there was a UPS truck pulled in, and they're pretty good size. And it fit in that spot well, but it's not, I mean, I know they're not the exact same.
Yeah, I mean, I think 35 feet is enough for one large vehicle of that size.
Yeah.
And after that, if you have someone following, if you have to pull in, open the gate, someone's following you, their tail end could potentially be in the street on a blind corner, which is my concern.
No, it's a valid concern, yeah.
I just want to bring to everybody's attention too, that he's calling for 7 feet. It's 7'10" to the top of that column.
Yeah, the column is 710 in the plan.
Did you increase the column? I mean, that plan just came in. Originally, you asked for 7 foot high for the column, and then the plan that came in late yesterday is 710. Are you looking to increase it to that?
The height.
The height of the walls?
Hi. Listen, we thought it would look a little nice aesthetically, but we have to go to the 7 feet. I go to 7 feet, that's not an issue.
So whether or not they're even going to grant it at this point is immaterial. If you want to go 710, that's bigger than what's been going on all summer, even with Paul coming. So then we would have to republish because it's asking for a bigger variance. Because all along it was 7 foot.
Yeah, I'll go for the 7 foot.
Okay, because that's what it will be measured at then.
I'll go for the 7 foot, yeah.
Okay,
fine.
that's your option tonight.
So do we have to republish, Barb?
No.
Okay.
But he
No.
will be, if you grant this for 7 foot, which is what they've asked about since the spring.
Right.
He will only be able to build it to 7 foot.
Yeah, let's just state that very clearly so that no one ever comes back and says that you approved this plan, and that's all it is, like we have had happen in the past. Again, I personally would feel better with the 50 feet from the blacktop as the closest point. You know, I think there's a concern with the closed gate and cars backing up, you know, so without the 50 feet, it's going to be no on my end, but, you know, other members will make their decisions.
I have a question. How does it work with 4 members up here now?
It's a problem.
A tie is a no.
Correct. So one of our members has just resigned from the board. So there's only 4 of us, as you can see, sitting up here. So if it was a 2-2 vote, that would be a no. So I just want to let you know that that's the way that it's going to work.
Okay, the only thing is, folks, is just to bear in mind that we were told the 35 feet minimum. So we exceeded that by not much, but we did exceed that. That's the only thing I want to bring out, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, the 35 feet is to a fence, not necessarily to a gate, you know, it's really talking about the distance of a, you know, the sight lines to a fence from the
We'll
road.
open in.
Yes.
So,
And as
just,
far as backing up,
But the gate has to be activated, right? You pull in, you activate the gate, it opens, you continue.
but as far as pulling backing up the traffic, I mean, if it happened, my granddaughter and her boyfriend come to see us with 2 different cars, and at the same time, the gas, Porco gas truck was in the driveway to come and deliver gas. It could happen, yeah, those 2 cars be there at the same time, but the gas truck and the automobile, they will clear the black top. They will not, the last car are not gonna be on the black top.
It'll be close.
Just no cigar, just no
Yeah.
cigar.
I mean, again, I would feel more comfortable with the 50-foot setback. Yeah, you have a long driveway, you know, the land in the front there, it doesn't seem terribly detrimental to me to add that additional depth. That's my opinion on it.
Chairman, the only other thing I think for the public, since you have quite a few variances, is, as you were just told, there's only 4 members. So you need a 3-vote yes, minimally. But for everybody else, the only other option is the town board is actively looking for another member. You do have the right to put this over, but I don't know how long it would be. It could be a month, it could be longer to get a decision, unless you want to try with the 4 of them. I just want to throw that option
No, absolutely.
is there.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It's a good option.
Well, if I have to wait, I wait.
The choice is yours, sir.
So, what am I supposed to say? I'll wait, or I'll go for...
You can go
50
forward,
feet.
you can go forward right now if you'd like.
I go what?
We can go forward right now if you would like, or we could also adjourn it out until we have a 5th board member. That's totally up to you, that's not up, you know.
How do I go forward, though?
You
Under
want-
what conditions?
So right now, what I'll do is I'll ask the public if anyone has anything they would like to say, would like to come up and say anything. Anybody? No?
I mean, you have one condition already, the 7 feet, right? I think we're all in agreement on the 7 feet.
Correct.
You know, I personally am in favor of the 50-foot condition. I don't know anyone else's mindset towards that.
It's your choice.
Yeah, but forgive my ignorance, but I don't understand what my choices are. To go the 50 feet or wait for the 5th member to come in and then see what happens then? These are what my 2 choices are? I'm sorry, I do not understand what my choices were.
No, sir. You wouldn't have to go to 50 feet unless it was a condition of your variance. When I don't think we're going to put the condition on there. I mean, Dave would like to see 50 feet. You do have the room, we know that. We were all out there, we saw the room, but you also, the two driveways are very close to each other, right? You and, is it your son next door?
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, even if worse came to worse and somebody pulled into your driveway, I'm sure somebody could pull into your son's driveway and then back out and pull
Yeah,
into your driveway if
Yeah,
had
of
to.
course, yes.
I mean, you know, or the road
There's
across the
also,
street.
there's a sort of, up the street, there's also a cutoff from one driveway to the other. It's just something that we made by going across with the car, taking a shortcut. That was, we can go from one driveway to the other also as well.
So at this point, would you like to go forward, sir? Would you like to go forward with your variance?
I'm not sure he understands the
Okay,
choices,
but-
though. He said he wasn't sure that he
What
understood
it
the
means going
choices.
forward, what do we have to do next? What will happen next if I...
So we will close the public hearing tonight, and then we will make a motion to grant or deny your variance. Your variance that you're looking for is 7-foot columns for a new, and then there's 6-foot gates, right?
Yes, that's correct, yes.
7-foot column, 6-foot gate, a fence tapering from 6 to 4.
Right.
Right. So that's the two variances you're looking for.
Yes.
So we'd either grant them or deny them.
Well, I'd like to go forward if I can.
Okay, then I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Against? Okay, so it carries. I'd entertain a motion to either grant or deny the variance.
All right, I'll make a motion that we grant the variance. The requested variance will not produce an undesirable change in the neighborhood. There is no substantial detriment to the nearby properties. There is other feasible means to pursue this benefit which you seek, other than the requested variances, but it's not going to be, in my position, something that will stop this from going through. The requested variance, I feel, is not substantial.
Is it what?
Not substantial. And this will not have a adverse effect or impact on nearby environmental conditions, the physical neighborhood, or the district. The condition goes in now, or no?
What's your condition?
The condition that we would like to put on there is that the height of the columns be lowered from 7'10" to 7 foot. That's the condition
Yeah,
we're going to
that's-
place on it.
No, that,
That,
the variance is for 7 foot
yeah.
high. His design came in higher. So that can't be a condition, he just can't use that plan.
Yeah, I don't think we have any condition. I think we should
No,
just
it's not a
describe
condition.
exactly the configuration in detail that's shown.
But what you're giving them, you're giving, the variance is being granted, if it goes through, for 7-foot high columns, 6-foot high gate, and fencing that slopes, I think, from 6 foot in the
4 feet.
design to 4 feet. That's what he's asking for, that's what you're granting. What he gave us yesterday is moot at this point.
Okay, so the drawing that came in yesterday has the,
Can I come closer here?
I'm sorry?
Can I come here?
Sure.
Well, we have to be able to hear you for the public at the microphone.
Microphone up?
I think you can, yeah, I think it detaches, right?
Okay. That's what happens.
Very comfortable with a microphone.
So you understand, right? You asked for a 7-foot height on the columns,
Yes, sir.
then it's 6 feet on the gate tapering down to 4 feet.
Uh,
And that's what we're granting you.
I'm sorry, the gate is not, the wall is stepping down to 4 feet.
Yeah, the gate's at 6,
The
And
gate's
then
at 6,
the
the wall goes
sidewalls,
from 6 to 4.
sidewalls
Okay,
taper from 6 feet to 4
The gate is
feet.
at 6, and the wall will go from 7 to 4.
Six
As
to
long as you
4.
understand that that's what we're granting you.
Right.
Yes, I understand that, yes.
And the drawing says 7'10", that's why we're making that
Okay,
stipulation.
okay.
So, then,
But you're only agreeing to 7 foot.
yes.
Right. As
We're
what
only
you asked
agreeing
for.
To 7 feet.
This is-
Okay.
So just for the record, The plans that came in up until yesterday were for 7 foot. It was published for 7 foot. You agreed, and your son agreed to 7 foot. So this new plan, maybe whoever designed it took liberty to make it bigger. So that plan at this point is void. We will void on them tomorrow, and your variance will be for a 7 foot only wall.
Columns.
Columns.
Yes, yes, yes. That's fine. And the rest of the wall will be 6 foot tapering to 4.
Yes.
Like that.
Correct,
I'm fine with that.
Okay, so I
Okay.
think we're all
So,
clear.
I made,
I'll second it.
okay,
Can I have a roll call, please, B?
yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes. So your variance has been granted, sir, okay?
Thank you very much. I appreciate
As
it.
we explained to you, it's going to be 7-foot columns,
Absolutely. Foster.
Okay.
No,
so just so
ifs-
you don't go
no
off,
ifs or buts about it. 7.
okay, just so you don't go off the plan that you submitted yesterday.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You're very
Thank you,
welcome.
Barbara.
Mr. Porco, just so you know, because the walls are over 4 foot and the fencing, you need engineered plans, like for a permit.
Engineer plans means what?
You have to have an engineer because of, they have to be constructed, an engineer has to do it. Call me in the office tomorrow.
Yeah,
You
okay.
sit back.
All right?
Thank you, Mr. Porco. Have a good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Appeal number 247825, area variance, Maria Zavala, seeking an area variance, section 240-37 of district regulations in an R40 zoning district, where 25 feet to the side yard left property line is required. The applicant can provide 12 feet for the construction of a new single-family home, thus requesting a variance of 13 feet. Where 25 feet to the side yard right property line is required, the applicant can provide 18 feet for the construction of a new single-family home, thus requesting a variance of 7 feet. Where 50 feet to the front yard property line is required, the applicant can provide 21 feet for the construction of a new single-family home, thus requesting a variance of 29 feet. The property is located at 112 Stony Hill Road on 0.30 acres and is identified as tax grid number 6056-02873710 in the town of Wappinger. Is there anyone here for the Zavala variance tonight?
So open it,
And then adjourn?
no, open it, and then I'm going to speak to it.
Okay,
We should see if there's any public comments, right?
If there's anyone, well, you have to open it first, and then ask.
I'd make, can I have a motion to open public?
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Carries. So is there anyone in the public that would like to speak on behalf of the Zavala variance?
Okay, so Mr. Zavala came to my office. There was a question that he was giving you measurements from the house and not if there was a front porch or steps. So he went back and worked with his architect, and he is indeed putting in on a porch, which is another 4 feet. So because of that, and to make sure that we get the measurements that Mr. Zavala actually wants, the variance for the front yard at that point is going from providing 26 feet, he now can only provide 21 feet with that porch. So he needs to republish since it's a larger variance. That's why he's not here tonight.
Okay.
So we're going to adjourn this. You'll have to make a motion to the 22nd, at which time we'll then entertain all 4 variances.
So I'll make a motion to adjourn the public hearing to 10/22/24.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Against? And that carries. Thank you. Thank you, Barb. Appeal number 247832, area variance, Carita Phillips, seeking an area variance, section 240-37 district regulations in an R20 zoning district, where 20 feet to the side yard right property line is required. The applicant can provide 12.6 feet for the removal and replacement of his existing deck and porch with steps in the same footprint, thus requesting a variance of 7.4 feet. The property is located at 1 Blackthorn Loop on .51 acres and is identified as tax grid number 625803110107 in the town of Wappingers. Can I have a motion to open a public hearing, please?
Motion to open the public hearing.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Against? And it carries. And good evening, sir. How are you tonight?
Good, gentlemen, how are you folks doing?
Can I have your name and address for the record, please?
My name is Louis Sosa, Sosa Corp. LLC, 3322 Route 52, Stormville, New York, 12582, and I'm representing Ms. Coretta Phillips at 1 Blackthorn Loop.
Sir, can you just make sure that that microphone is on after?
Usually I'm told
There
I'm
we
too
go.
loud,
Okay.
so.
Very good, thank you.
Is that better? Okay.
So just tell us what you need and why you need it.
Yep, well, we're requesting 7-foot 4-inch, I believe, variance. Basically looking to replace an existing porch and an existing deck in the same footprint. I believe you gentlemen all had a chance to take a look at it. It's not in good shape. It is a physical hazard for anybody that's in the house or would be visiting the house. And aesthetically would be, I think, very appealing for the entire neighborhood. So unfortunately, the way that the neighborhood's constructed, it doesn't fall within the current code, but it did apparently under the previous code. So we're just looking for that little bit of a space to be able to replace what's there.
Okay.
Do we know if it predated zoning, that porch, or is there just no record?
I don't think so. We didn't have a record of it.
Okay. But the house itself did?
Yes.
How old is that neighborhood, Barb? Is it 60s?
Probably
At least.
around there.
We all did take a ride out there to see it. Yeah, we definitely saw that the deck is in some bad shape. So, yeah, taking it down and replacing it would probably be a great idea.
Great.
Does anyone else in the board have any questions, any comments? Is there anyone in the audience that would like to step forward and talk about this variance at all? Okay. So then can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make a motion to close.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Carries. So can I have a motion to grant or deny this variance?
I'd like a motion to grant the variance. You know, again, the porch appears to predate zoning and has clearly been attached to the house for a significant period of time. Hopefully it will remain attached until you have a chance to build a new one. The benefit can be achieved by no other means. It's not an undesirable change to the neighborhood. You know, again, it has been there for some time. The request is verging on substantial. There's no adverse physical or environmental effect. And I'm going to say the difficulty is not self-created since, you know, the home was purchased with the assumption that the porch was sound and met code.
I'll second that. Can I have a roll call, please, B?
Yes.
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 Yes. So the variance has been granted, so you can go ahead and do what you're going to do.
All right, great. Thank you very much. Appreciate your help.
Just wait for the permit to be issued.
Will it be emailed to me or? Can't go now?
Not yet.
I have my hammer and my truck and everything, right?
Yeah, I'm sure, but right now, B has some magical work to do with your
Spotlights are
paperwork.
set up.
And then it goes to one of the building inspectors, so wait for a call.
Okay, and you'll be, okay, all right. Thank you, folks. Take care.
Thank you.
Hi.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night. So on for discussion tonight, appeal number 247833, area variance, Christopher and Lauren Hernandez, seeking an area variance section 240-37 district regulations in R40 zoning district. Where 50 feet to the rear yard property line is required, the applicant can provide 15 feet for the construction of a 12 by 18 shed, thus requesting a variance of 35 feet. The property is located 106 Peter Drive on 0.91 acres and identified as tax grid number 62570305828181 in the town of Wappingers. Good evening. Can we please have your name and address for the record?
So I'm Chris Hernandez, this is my wife Lauren Hernandez, and we reside at 106 Peter Drive, right down the street.
And tell us what you're looking for, please.
Okay, so our property has basically we're built on a hillside, so we have the west side of our property is ascending and the east side of our property is descending, and directly off the back of the house is level. We currently have an 8x10 shed that's dilapidated that we want to take down. And in building my new shed, I want to accommodate all my tools. I've been in construction for 25 years, so I do have table saw, circular saw, snow blower, tractor, toolboxes, because I work on cars too. So I have a bunch of tools, and I want to be able to fit everything in one shed. And I was hoping that I could build a 12 by 18 shed, and I didn't want to put it 50 feet off the back line because that's dead in the middle of the one flat spot in the backyard, and my daughter likes soccer at her ripe old age of 5. So I was hoping that she could continue to play soccer in the backyard. My current placement of this 8x10 shed is exactly where I want to put the new shed. It's just that, and I'm not really sure if it's 15 or 20. I think it could be 20 off the back line. I know that if I wasn't over 144 square feet, that I would be able to be 10 off the back line. And I was just hoping, since I can move it up a great portion of the way, I was hoping that I could find some happy medium with the board.
Okay. So normally what we do is we come out and take a look at the property. We usually do it on a Saturday, and we would probably come out on October 19th of 9 a.m. if that works for you guys.
That's great.
And we'll take a look and we'll see what you got going on. I mean, you gave us some great pictures.
I tried.
Yeah, no, they were good. They were very good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Always helps to, and then and make sure that you have it marked out on your property.
I'll stake it out. The other point I'd like to make is that the other thing that this grants the neighborhood and character of the neighborhood is that if you look at my property, that section is deeply wooded. And it's even wooded on the frontage of the street. So by tucking it back where I want to put it, nobody can see it. Not my rear neighbor, not my side neighbor, no one driving by can even see it. But it's going to be a beautiful shed because it's exactly the same color of our house with the same board coloration as well. So everything is going to be in keeping with the property, and that's what we're hoping to do.
Okay. And why we like to come out and take a look, because each property is unique.
Sure, of
No
course.
properties are the same, and everybody has, the reason why they want to do what they want to do. So that's why we like to come personally see it on our own. So,
Are you able to accurately give us a line at the back property line?
I can show you. There's one stake that I know.
Okay.
And then what is not exactly 100% to me is where the actual mark is on the frontage. That stake is really close to the shed, so we can use that. But the frontage line, which is really not the line that's encroaching either, but the frontage line, I believe it's further back than I thought it is.
Okay, yeah, because I see your back property line's at a bit of an angle.
Right,
And
exactly.
the house is at a counter angle to that.
Yeah, so where it was originally tagged, there's a Ditsia bush, a giant, or Bitsia bush, a giant bush that they put the tag in, the original survey tag. But then as I look at aerials on like Zillow and everything, they're showing my rear line going out to a telephone pole. And that's also where the neighbor has planted a line of pine trees. So I believe that is closer to the actual line.
Yeah, the Zillow lines
Just so
are
you know,
not
GIS,
typically accurate.
Zillow, the lines are not accurate.
Yeah, they're not,
Yeah.
I understand.
They go either or, in or against your favor, they move.
Right, I don't think this would put me even more inside my line if the Zillow line is correct.
I mean, do you have like an older survey at all where you can measure off the house?
I have the survey
Or
I provided, it's older.
is there a survey in here? I don't think we got
I
one.
didn't see a survey yet.
I didn't see.
I gave it to the, when I applied for the building permit, I did turn in an older survey.
The reason I ask is because, once you publish your variance, it can go less, it can be a lesser variance, but it can't be greater without the need to republish. And again, if you go to sell the house and a survey is done at the time of sale, then again, you'd be in a difficult situation where you'd be back here. So, we try to be as accurate as possible.
I would make sure that I'm well inside of whatever we agree upon.
Yeah, are
I'm
you
not-
saying, Dave, you want to see a survey?
That's the last one. Yeah, no, that's one we just looked at. No, that's one we just approved. This one we just approved. This is Primrose. That's the side porch.
I have a picture on my iPad, if I could show you that. Would you mind?
I mean, if the survey shows the house accurately and you can measure to the stakes from the house, I would think that would be fairly accurate.
Yeah, so the survey does show the frontage of the house
Okay.
to the front side of Peter, and then I can measure the house, and then, yes, that's it.
This is it right here, right? 54.
Well, that's not a survey, I mean.
Hey, Mark, does the shed size mean anything on this property? Does
So
that-
basically,
combined?
what David's saying, what he's saying is that you don't want to be at 14 feet if you ask for 15 and we grant
216
15.
I would never do that.
I'm just saying that because that would be a problem for you later on.
Understood, I
That
would
could
never
be
do
a
that.
problem for you.
I'm thinking I'm well inside of 15, I'm asking for 15, I'm putting it as far up as I can.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what we see is people that thought they were,
Right.
Right.
No, and like I said, we do have the one metal-driven stake. It's a big steel stake with a big steel cable on it, and we'll go
Okay.
off of that.
Did I see the survey, Don?
So then we'll schedule to come out there, like I said, a site visit on October 19th at 9 a.m. I believe it's the only one we have that day. And then we'll schedule a public meeting on October 22nd at 7 p.m., which is 2 Tuesdays from now,
Perfect.
2 weeks from now. And that's,
Excellent. Thank you.
we try and go as quick as we can here.
Thank you very much.
And
You're
based
very
on site
welcome.
conditions, any recommendations, I'll be glad to work with you. I'm not looking to, change the world, I'm just trying to build a shed.
And I understand,
Understandable.
and I understand the shed you have now is going to go, right?
It's totally gone.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
I don't want 2 sheds, otherwise I would build 2 12 by 12s and stay within my 144, and we wouldn't be here. I don't want 2 sheds on the property.
Very good. Then we'll see your property on Saturday.
Looking forward to it.
Okay? Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much, sir.
much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Don't go yet.
Okay, absolutely.
We have presents.
We should get a copy of this.
No, this should go back, please. Thank you.
yeah, I'll give it to B after.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
Before we adjourn, I'd like to bring it up.
With the mailing, you can call me tomorrow.
Wait tomorrow.
No, I'll mail it out. I know most of my neighbors.
Hey, B, could we get a copy of the survey?
I'd like to bring up the fact that we meet at 7 p.m., and I would like to know if this board would be willing to meet at 6 p.m., if that would be workable for the new year. So we'll keep it at 7 p.m. for the next 2-3 months, but with the start of the new year, would 6 p.m. work for everybody on this board?
6 p.m. is tough for me because that's when my actual workday ends. I could do 6:30.
Yeah. And sometimes you're in Manhattan, aren't you?
Sometimes, in which case I come in at about 6:30.
So you'd be,
Typically not the case, but
I'm good with it, either way.
what's the reason, John?
I'm sorry, sir?
What's the reason?
Just because unfortunately our people that work with us are sitting around here for 3 hours, 4 hours.
I mean, we're working, but it's a
They
long
work,
day.
but they're here waiting. If we could just start a little earlier, the dark days are coming, the winter's coming, so to get out of here a little bit earlier would be a nice thing if we could.
Feasible.
It would be feasible. Would 6:30?
I can make 6:30 work most of the time.
Okay,
If I'm in the city, I may be a little bit late.
okay.
If it doesn't work for you,
Yeah.
David, then
I mean, we could
You're a
leave it at
member,
7, Dave.
so
I mean,
it has to work for
I'm just, you know,
Like again, the train gets in at 6:30, so it's how fast I can drive from
Yeah.
New Hamburg to here.
we could leave it at
6:45?
6:45.
I think then maybe just leave it at 7.
so then we'll leave it at 7. I just wanted to bring it up to the board and see what they,
It's a
felt.
good idea. It's a
Yeah.
good idea, yeah.
So, And in that, somebody wants to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All against? It carries. Thank you very much, everybody.